Hi everybody, and I'm back with a new video. I'm sorry it took a couple of days because I was sick as hell. I don't know if it was COVID or the flu, whatever. I was just destroyed. So I'm just getting back on track. You can hear my voice is not top, but that's gonna be it. So this week, the crazy news that we've seen is the Stryker cyber incident. And that's a reminder of why you should not ramp up your personal device in organization account. Do not put your work account on your personal devices. Because this did happen to the Stryker employees, like many of them had their email account and some other access on their personal device. And when the attacker used the cloud to remotely wipe every devices that were connected, they lost all their personal data. The employee that had the work account on their personal device got totally wiped. Factory reset. That's really nasty. And that's easy to do. I mean, this capability Exchange since Exchange. You know, when you had an on-prem Exchange with Exchange Online or Exchange Web Access, you could already do that. But you had to have the client installing, supporting active sync protocol. That was part of the thing. So it's a cool feature to have because when you need to remotely wipe a stolen device, that's interesting. But I don't think employees that put their work account on their personal device did realize that that could happen. So that's the post from Stryker. The first one when they got the incident. And then we got some articles about that. So they say, they're investigating a cyber attack that caused widespread outage. There is no ransomware involved, and the fun fact is the cyber attack, as per se, you see, according to a report from the Wall Street Journal, the attack led to global outage. All the systems got remotely wiped. All remote devices running Microsoft Windows operating system, including cell phone and laptops. So as you should know, like there is mainly no cell phone or no mobile running Microsoft OS on the market anymore. So this is either Android or iPhone. And they both support the Active Sync for syncing Office 365 email and stuff like that. And even the newer protocol and authentication. Yet, the remote wipe capability is there. So any system that was on board with it got remotely wiped. Here is how it's done. There is a nice tutorial you can find. Even this is for the user, because as a user you could go on Office 365 online, see your device and wipe your own device if you lose it. And you can do it yourself, so they explain how to do it. But obviously that can be automated with a script. So you can use the PowerShell to wipe a user phone, and you have many scripts available to run that. That's on Exxon. Exxon is another mobile device management solution. They offer the same capability like remote wipe, and it can be script. So once you integrate these capabilities, what do you really need to wipe an organization devices? You need an account on the tenant of the Active Directory of the cloud Entra ID, renaming like the online, a very expensive Active Directory of Microsoft on Azure. And once you get the access, either you fish them or you hijack the session, or even one of the user that has admin privilege or enough privilege to wipe the devices has got his machine infected, or one of the guy was actually the one having his personal laptop ramped up with the work account, and that personal machine was infected. And obviously this credential could have been stolen and used to do the thing. And what happened is, in a click, or I guess they use the script because attackers are very, very smart, they are lazy, they don't want to spend too much time. They would get the access and run the script and apply that to all the tenants. And what happened is, as soon as the clients connect to the service, they get wiped instantly. It's like a factory reset. This is why in one of the articles, I don't know if this is this one, the company said, do not connect your machine to the network, because as soon as they ping the network, they are remotely wiped. That capability exists also on Samsung TV and other TVs and manufacturers. They hide that remote kill switch. So if ever you connect that device to internet, boom, gets remotely disabled, bricked. The manufacturer, like TV manufacturer, Samsung is not for that. I think LG does that too, and many others. They do that because they can actually wipe by serial numbers. So let's say if a truck is stolen and they know that in that truck they had that product from serial number A to Z, they can actually trigger a remote wipe of this device, a remote brick in that case, and they can kill the product remotely. Or they can do it also if they don't like you anymore, in case of a conflict, who cares? After all, you don't really own it if it's connected in the cloud. Yeah, that's the point. And all of this magical, huge event and a very expensive one, that's actually because the company in question, Stryker, is providing medical equipments like prosthetic stuff, heart, sorry, earth services, remote surgery robot, and stuff like that. So what they say is the current order, they have some track of the current ones, but the next one cannot happen. That means that a lot of surgery won't happen. A lot of intervention will be postponed if they ever get back to on track. And this is highlighting the huge risk of monoculture and centralization in that stupid cloud stuff. Because like you put your eggs, all your eggs in the same basket. And I've been lucky because I wonder why they didn't wipe the cloud totally, you know. I guess, you know, maybe they have some backups, hopefully. And this is also why they should have immutable backups, because depending on the level of the account, I mean, if you end up tenant admin, you can modify the policies, change the retention policies, make sure that everything gets deleted, and if you got enough time in the system, you can actually wipe the things. Well, the clouds really suck. It's slow as hell. I mean, if you did any investigation, let's say pull the log of an Office 365, I did many of these when I was doing incident response to collect the evidence and protect the chain of custody, establish where was the initial root access from different actors, stuff like that. Oh my, no God, because I don't, you know, I'm an atheist, but like, oh my universe, hell, it was slow. Like pulling the logs of a certain like time frame, let's say over 3 months of 365, depending on the size, it's just going to be like 3 days of waiting for that stupid slow hell of cloud to do that. When you were used to do that on Exchange locally, it would like a few minutes. But no, the cloud is just such a regression. It's just disgusting. Yeah, you can see I don't like the cloud at all. So yeah, if you want to stay safe, avoid the cloud. If you want to on your device, do not put cloud-based account on your devices. Yes, some other cloud provider do provide remote wipe capability, so make sure this is not happening, because I can foresee that. Imagine just stolen credential, and the attacker just go in your account, and instead of hijacking your account, it's also like triggering the remote factory reset of your device. Ooh, that would be painful, you know, all your two-factor authentication tokens gone away, all your station lost. Bad. So yeah, think twice before going all cloud. Protect this damn admin account. Any privileged account should be heavily protected. And your incident response plan should cover that situation. It's a learning occasion, learning opportunity. What happens if a threat actor comes and wipe all our assets? How are you going to communicate? You know, that's something to check. Let's say they not only they do that, and they change all the account access, and you have like a, what do they call that? Consolidated communication. Like even your phones are based on cloud crap, and then it's all disabled because you lose the access to it. So what's your backup communication means? Something to consider as well. Because if the mobile phone got deleted, there is no signal, telegram, all of that is gone. So that's a huge hell of a mess. And the timeline of restoration, like in the MTTR, mean time to repair, is going to be like huge. So yeah, think about it. I hope it's gonna help. That's the only thing for today. You know, I'm losing my voice already, but yeah, worth considering. And if you got it, if you are an employee, don't ramp up your personal device in these things, or just use a trash phone, a disposable phone, because you don't want it to be wiped by a company-wide failure like that. And yeah, that's about it. See you and have a great weekend, people.